done. And I just wanted to summarize the three purposes for this 10-day challenge. First is to share with you my model and its 9 components of resilience. This is a comprehensive model in which I've distilled everything that you need to do for functioning at your best into these 9 pillars. So you don't have to go anyplace else to see, am I missing something? It's all within this model. Second, I was challenging you over these 10 days to take a look at your own way that you relate to the world and yourself, to determine where you stand on each of these 9 pillars. And then finally, as a challenge to you to grow your resilience, to increase your resilience. One of the things I've said is that stress and your stress response can be an ally. We know that stress, when we go into the stress response, that there's certain ways that facilitates our performance. We're able to focus better. We're able to set goals better. We're more motivated. But that there's this optimal window in which you want to be within to perform at your best. But if you pass that optimal window, in other words, if you stress yourself too much, if you're too much focused on the dangers in your life, then you push yourself beyond that optimal window, and then performance starts to fall away and your health begins to fall away as well. And if you're already experiencing certain symptoms, that's because you're outside of this optimal window of performance and stress. And the other point around that is that it turns out that the greater your resilience, the more you develop along my 9 pillars of resilience, the more you stretch out that optimal window. In other words, you can actually push yourself further into higher levels of stress and still perform at your best and be at your healthiest when you have greater resilience. All great motivating reasons to learn how to be more resilient based on my model. So today, yes, we're talking about the 9th pillar, which is power, the ability to get things done. And in business, this is the pillar that most people focus on, getting things done, achieving, accomplishing. But you notice that in my model, it basically sits, if we think of a pyramid, this 9th pillar sits on top of the other 8 pillars, because to be most effective with the 9th pillar, you're best off having developed the other 8 pillars. What do we mean by power, the ability to get things done? We mean mobilizing our energy. We mean being able to focus, mean being able to set goals, being persistent. All of these are components, but ultimately it's, do I have the courage to outweigh my fear to move forward in life? We all have fears of stepping into new territory, doing something new, growing. This is what holds us back, is our fear. Am I going to get it right? Am I going to make a mistake? What are people going to think? What are people going to say? And so power, to increase your power, you need to have the courage to overcome those fears. Okay, I'm going to lay it all out on the table. I'm going to do my best. And if I make a mistake, it's okay, because I could learn from a mistake and then do it better the next time. This is part of my concept with resilience, is not being the ability to bounce back, but the ability to bounce forward. Each time you take a challenge in life, each time you try and do something that's a little bit of a stretch, at the end of that, not only do you want to recover your resources used up during that stress, but you want to learn some lesson from that experience so that at the end, you're better off than you were before you started that challenge. Again, this is the goal here, is to grow from your experiences in life and as a result, have greater resilience. And one of the results of this, and one of the results of the ninth pillar of power, the ability to get things done, is that every time you take the challenge, every time you have an accomplishment and achievement, it's important to own those successes and to identify the lessons learned. This grows your capacity. I've used this analogy before with the engine of a car. The bigger the engine, the easier it is for it to accelerate, the easier it is for it to climb a hill, think stress. And so when you grow your capacity, new encounters, new dangers, new stresses, new challenges are easier to handle because you have a greater capacity. And so as you grow, as you learn, as you achieve success, it's important to own those successes and the lessons learned. And again, one of the steps in the ninth pillar is to reflect and review on the successes you've had in your life and to identify what allowed me to achieve that. What qualities do I have that made those successes possible? So that you're always owning all of the positive achievements in your life, owning all of your good qualities that led to it. Sometimes we focus too much on our shortcomings and then feel inadequate in moving forward. We want to take a look at those shortcomings only as places in which we need to grow, and then at the same time, look at our achievements as parts of what will help us with the next achievement. And so what I'm inviting you all to do today is to notice how you handle the challenges in your life. Do you play it safe? Do you stay within prescribed boundaries? Do you do really well at what you keep doing, but are somewhat fearful of taking a step outside of those boundaries? So we can think of ourselves as having boundaries in which what's inside the boundaries is who we think we are, who we feel we are, and what's outside is new territory. It could be new territory because we haven't gotten there yet. It could be territory that we may be fearful or afraid to step out into. And so with the ninth pillar, power, I'd like you to think about what your boundary is. What is your boundary between what you feel you're capable of and what you feel you're not? And then begin to look in your lives, in your day, where can I push those boundaries out a little bit? Where can I take a risk, trusting myself? And a risk, we want to take risks that are a stretch for us, but not so big a stretch that they feel impossible. So there's a discrimination there as to how much and where you want to take those steps beyond where you experience yourself right now. So again, take the challenge today and look at how you take challenges in your life. Take a look at how you get things done. Do you get closure, or do you find that you have a lot of things that you've started but have difficulty finishing? This is the ninth pillar. And today I'm inviting you to take this challenge to notice where you're at today. And then I encourage you to get my book that will support you in growing the ninth pillar, as well as all the other pillars of my model of resilience. My book lays out a program, lays out a path, identifies the 9 pillars, and then helps you step by step, methodically go through a process of growing your capacity, your ability along these 9 pillars. I don't expect you all to be great right here and now, but I expect you, if you're taking this challenge, to assess your current level and then to set your intentions to grow along the 9 pillars of resilience and success. So good luck today. Good luck moving forward. Today, again, is the 10th day of this resilience challenge. I'm going to be leaving these 10 recordings of these 10 days up on my website for you to review. But also, if you know someone else who could benefit from greater resilience, benefit from learning new ways of dealing with and handling stress, share the link with them. I'll leave these pillars, these 10 challenge days up on my website for probably a couple of weeks. So it will give anybody coming to them now an opportunity to literally step through the 10 days and find out their levels of resilience along my 9 pillars of resilience. Good luck. Have a great day. And thank you to those people who've let me know how important and effective these days have been for you. I really appreciate getting those messages. And good luck to everybody.